Shabbat Shalom out there. Uh, Hope everybody's doing well. So happy that you have joined us. Cantor Bush is away this week. I should change my name because I'm logged on to his account here. It says Cantor Paul, but it's not. And we have with us Cantor Richard Schwartz, who's joining us for Shabbat to help us out this week. Cantor Bush will be back. Cantor Paul will be back for preschool music this week and for Shabbat next week. So he looks forward to seeing you all then. You can ask him. He moved yesterday and today back into his house. They had been out of it so that it could be renovated. So that's why he's not here today. They were busy moving yesterday and today, and I think he's probably pretty tired, probably resting at this point because they did a lot of packing and moving. So it's great, wonderful to be with you. Before we do anything else, we got to start getting in the Shabbat mood and sing some songs to warm up our spirits. And so I'm going to ask Cantor Schwartz to help us with that, and we'll start, of course, with we'll start with Hine Matov because it is so good for all of us to be together.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's a delight to be here with you all, and Rabbi Kupitz. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. We'll try that again. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Here we go with Hine Matov. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
How good it is, absolutely, to be together. And, you know, after singing that, I'm starting to get these funny feelings all over my body, starting to feel Shabbat coming into my body. So let's sing a little about that.
I've got that Shabbat feeling up in my Rosh, up in my Rosh, up in my Rosh. I've got that Shabbat feeling up in my Rosh, up in my Rosh to stay. I've got that Shabbat feeling in my Raglayim, in my Raglayim, in my Raglayim. I've got that Shabbat feeling in my Raglayim to stay. I've got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lave, deep in my lave, deep in my lave. I've got that Shabbat feeling deep in my lave, deep in my lave to stay. I've got that Shabbat feeling bechol gufi, bechol gufi, bechol gufi. I've got that Shabbat feeling bechol gufi, bechol gufi to stay. I've got that Shabbat feeling all over me, all over me, all over me. I've got that Shabbat feeling all over me, all over me to stay.
Oh, I got that Shabbat feeling all over me now. And I'm hearing these words, bim and bam, they're just coming from all over. So let's sing a little bim bam and Shabbat Shalom.
Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Everybody sing a bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Everybody sing a bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam.
Now we are going to light our Shabbat candles, or in both of our cases, they're already lit. I'm going to move to the side and you can see my candles right there too. And going to, as we always do, make one circle for ourselves and one circle for our family and one circle for all the people in the world as we join in our blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner להדליק נר של שבת.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Now we're going to turn to Baruch Hu, to our call to prayer. You can either stand up or you can sit up straight, get your place to be all ready, and we're going to join in singing Baruch Hu.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We continue with Shema Yisrael, connecting ourselves to the Holy One and to everything and everyone that is alive in this world. Anything that exists, it's all part of the oneness of God. Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Now we join in singing our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha.
Ya baba bim bim bam, ya baba bim bam, ya baba bim bim bam, ya baba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya baba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya baba bim bam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osefel, Nora tehilot osefel. Yabba bim bam, yabba bim bim bam, yabba bim bam, yabba bim bam, yabba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya ba bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya ba bim bam.
We are now going to, in a moment, first we're going to sing our prayer that asks God to open our hearts and our lips that it can sing songs of praise. And then we're going to sing our Avot and Imahot prayer that connects us to all the people who've come before us, to our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents and our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, all the way back to Abraham and Sarah. So we're going to sing together first Adonai Tzvatai Titach, then our connection to those who came before prayer.
Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah.
And now we're going to sing our Torah song. It is a tree of life to all who hold it fast. All its supporters are happy. And shalom, the word for peace, as we celebrate our Torah and learning and our Jewish community.
Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom now. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Now in Hebrew, בעברית. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר. Here we go now. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
So I'm going to share a story with all of you. And I am going to, it's one of our favorite stories. It's been a little more than a month since I have told it before. And so we'll tell it again. And this is a story about a big family that lives in a little house. It's a crowded house with just a room for the parents and one great room where all the kids sleep and play and they gather, and then a little corner of it where they eat. And it was always crazy in this house. The kids were running in and out and making noise and dragging dirt in and out of the house and fighting with each other, as kids sometimes do. And they sat down one particular Shabbat for dinner, and the kids saying, I want to hold the Kiddush cup. I want to light the candles. And nobody was getting along. And it did not feel like a Shabbat Shalom, a Shabbat of peace. So after Shabbat, they went and visited the rabbi. They went and knocked on the door of the rabbi's house. The rabbi came to the door, opened it. There are always squeaky doors in these stories. I'm not sure why. And then they said, Rabbi, what should we do? What can we do? Our house doesn't feel like a house, a Shabbat Shalom on Friday. It's too busy and too crazy. What should we do? The rabbi thought and thought and thought and thought and thought. Then the rabbi said, I know. They said, what, Rabbi? Give us your great wisdom. Rabbi said, if I recall, you have a cow. Bring the cow into the house. They thought it was really crazy advice. But you know what? This was a time that everybody loved and respected the rabbi. And so they did what the rabbi said. They went out to the barn and they brought the cow into the house. And now there was a cow in the house. There were still kids running in and out and fighting and playing, but pretty much the whole big room was filled with a cow, just kind of standing there and making a lot of noise. Well, after a day, they went back to the rabbi. They said, Rabbi, we did exactly what you said. Oh, the door didn't open. Let's knock again. Rabbi, we did exactly what you said, but it didn't seem to help. The cow's in our house, but it still doesn't feel like a house full of shalom, full of peace. What should we do? The rabbi thought and thought and thought. And the rabbi said, chickens. I think you have chickens. And they said, yes, we do. So Rabbi said, bring the chickens into the house. Well, it's what the rabbi said. So they decided they had to do what the rabbi wanted. And so they brought the chickens into the house. They can't lead chickens into the house, so they had to chase them into the house. Go, chickens, go. Chase the chickens right into the house. And the chickens didn't just stand there. They were everywhere. When the kids sat down to eat their cereal for breakfast, the chickens jumped up and sat on the table right next to them and started pecking cereal out of the bowl. And there were feathers that floating around the house. It was getting really gross, these animals in the house. It was not such a good scene. And so they went back to the rabbi again. Rabbi, help us, please. It's not working. You got to help us. The rabbi thought and thought and thought and thought and thought. You have a goat? They did have a goat. They couldn't believe that they were going to bring another animal into the house, but it's what the rabbi said. So they went, they brought the rabbi into the house. They brought the goat into the house. They pulled the goat into the house. And the goat had to be watched all the time, because if you didn't watch the goat, it ate stuff. It ate the couch. It ate the chairs. It ate food too, but it would eat anything that was around. So somebody always had to be on goat duty. And the cow was standing in the middle of the living room. And the chickens were flying around and jumping around and feathers and eating and it was a mess. They really couldn't take it anymore. So they went back. They went back to the rabbi's house. They knocked on the door. They said to the rabbi, Rabbi, don't bring any more animals into our house. This isn't working. We need to make this all better. The rabbi said, well, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow morning, I want you to take all the animals out of the house and bring them back to the barn. And then I want you to clean the house from top to bottom, make it shine, work together as a family, as a team to do all of that, set a beautiful Shabbat table and sit down together and enjoy Shabbat. And so they did. They said goodbye to the cow. Bye. They said goodbye to the chicken. They said goodbye to the goat. Bye, goat. And then they cleaned and made the house look beautiful. They set a beautiful Shabbat table. And even when they sat down for Shabbat, even though the kids were still fighting with each other and somebody wanted to hold the Kiddush cup and somebody else wanted to light the candles and they were nudging each other, it felt like the most peaceful Shabbat they had ever had. And from then on, all of their Shabbats felt like a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Yes, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Just a few announcements for all of you before we move into our family blessing. And tonight, also blowing our shofar, as we're coming up on Rosh Hashanah and our Jewish New Year. And so first, you all should have gotten your congregational email last night or yesterday, Thursday night, with all of the links and things like that for this week. Want to remind you in particular that tomorrow night at 7:30 we have our Havdalah and Siyum. So we love to have you join us on our Zoom Siyum link. Again, it's in your congregational email. It'll also be broadcast to Facebook Live, but we love to see your faces if you're willing to join us directly on Zoom. And also preschool music this week, as we usually have. And check your email for other events that are taking place as well. So hope to see you all soon at some of those events. And we're going to move into our family blessings. I'm going to ask people to gather with whoever you're at home with, your siblings or your parents, and gather each other close, and we'll offer a blessing to all of you.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you with good and keep you safe.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God be with you and be kind to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom shalom.
May you always know that God is close, and may God give you the gift the gift of peace. I'm going to raise up my desk here because I am sitting and I want to be standing to blow the shofar because it's easier for me. So it's electric. It takes a second to get up here. Here we go. And we are going to have, remember the sounds of the shofar. The first sounds and the last sounds are solid sounds, right? The tikiyah. And the middle blast, the shvarim and the trua, are broken sounds that we know. It's a reminder to all of us that even when we sometimes feel like the world is crazy and broken up in all sorts of ways, that we're working toward that whole sound at the end, right? A world of wholeness and of peace for all of us. And so we're going to sound the shofar.
Tekiah. Shvarim. Trua. Tekiah.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Wonderful to spend this time with you. I wish all of you and your families a Shabbat of connection to each other, to the Holy One, and a Shabbat of peace. We hope to see you all soon.